Live.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Movies Matrix channel. I am Ryan. What is going on? Welcome to our post-game show where we go over everyone's list, rank them, and give a little bit of a description on what we think about them. So first is first, we got our man's Deebs with Jaws, Split, Shaun of the Dead, Panzer Labyrinth, I forgot the S, don't mind me, and American Psycho. Jaws, it's a good film. It's a good film. Split was M. Night Shyamalan's famous return to his horror movies after a few hiccups. And then we got Shaun of the Dead. I was kind of mad that he took this because we got to show some love for Shaun of the Dead and Nick Frost and all those beautiful bastards. Then we got Panzer Labyrinth, which personally I have not seen. I know I got to see it. It's been so long. Guillermo del Toro is so bad. I know I just butchered that name. Don't mind me. I left you Dr. Peppers in, people. And then we got American Psycho. Honestly, this film I didn't even think of. It's a great film. I would call this the true sequel to American Psycho, but that's just me. Let's go on to the man himself, Zach.
Oh, me next?
Oh, I'd give this an 8 out of 10. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. So looking at Deep is...
Hold on, it's my turn. So I'm going to briefly explain the team, and then we're going to give it a grade from everyone here. So Jaws, I think if I had to kind of sum up my squad, I went from lovable movies that people absolutely love to death. Jaws, everyone loves Jaws. Split is a movie that a lot of people love. Shaun of the Dead, same, and then American Psycho. Pan's Labyrinth for me was a personal choice. I fully recognize that it's probably not like a movie that a lot of people have seen, but for me personally, it was my favorite Guillermo del Toro movie. It's a movie with amazing costume design, a movie with amazing imagination, a movie with just the best film score of all time. I'm a huge film score, and not of all time. I take that back. Sorry, I'm a little drunk. So anyway, I give my squad a solid 9 out of 10. I think I've got very good squads. Jesus. I think I've got very good movies here that people love, and that I give it a 9 out of 10. And we'll go to Zach here.
Yeah, I would say, same grade, 9 out of 10. You hit the nail right on the head. You got a lot of amazing picks here. I'm still really bummed that American Psycho is not on my team, but we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, no, dude, you got a strong team, 9 out of 10.
Let's go down to our man right on Geek.
I like mine because it's classics.
No, Sean. We talk about each other's list first.
I like mine.
What do you think about Deebs?
I like mine.
Bro, I like yours too. I won't lie. I know Deeb's list is a little weird like that, but it's fine. We got to say something about it.
Okay.
You have to be nice a little bit.
How would you grade it out of 10?
What, mine?
No, Deeb's. Oh, fuck.
My squad. We're going to do squad to squad.
I love Deeb's list. Everyone thinks that Jaws isn't a horror movie, needs to watch it again. It killed the tourism industry for a decade. It is a horror movie. American Psycho was a great off-the-wall pick. That is a spectacular movie. Pan's Labyrinth is wonderful. I dug Split and Shaun of the Dead. I didn't even think about that, and it's my name. So I would give that an 8.5 out of 10.
All right, Sean has given it an 8. Wait, you said 8.5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 8.5. Make sure I heard that right. Sorry, we a little loopy right now. But then let's go to Sunny on the dark side of the moon. That was a really bad joke. I'm sorry. Sunny, whenever you get yourself together, it's fine. You got it.
2 hours later.
Yeah, this is a 8.5 for me. I mean, Jaws, Shaun of the Dead, and American Psycho, they're not just some of my favorite horrors. They're some of my favorite films in general. I agree that Pan's Labyrinth is Del Toro's favorite of mine. So, and probably M. Night as well with Split. That's probably my favorite one of his as well. So, yeah, that's an easy 8.5 out of 10.
8.5 out of 10. Wow, I thought 8 was being kind of generous when I gave my score, but clearly you guys think I'm an asshole. But let's go down to Loretto. What would you give this list, man?
Oh, fuck.
Yep. Come on,
What
Mom.
up, Dives? My partner in crime. Yo, check this.
Gangster mom over here that's supposed to be dead.
I may or may not be a couple IPAs in, but that's neither here nor there. What I have to say though is, if it's a pure film list, like Sonny was saying, Shaun of the Dead is a favorite film of mine, whether it's horror, comedy, or what have you. The way it's written, the way it's acted, Simon Pegg, Edgar Wright, incredible film. But if I'm being honest, Dibes, I know you went for that direction of like, lovable films, but I just feel like for a horror team, your list is a little bit lacking in the scariness.
Ooh.
So in terms of how strong the films are, I'll give you an 8, but it could have been scarier.
Not 1, not 2. I'm counting all the rings I have from these championships.
Okay. So before we go into our next person, we all gotta agree not to vote Deeps. This guy just can't win. Back-to-back champion.
Nah.
As they say down south, that's a no bueno. So let's go down to I don't even want to say her name because I'm pretty sure she can't even say it. But let's go to Amanda.
You're such an ass. Literally. This is a hot take. I do not like Jaws whatsoever. I am so
You don't like a good movie. That's not a shocker.
Shut up. Everything else,
Good time, rock and roll.
everything else
Mom,
is solid. Pan's Labyrinth is like a stunning film, and like I love that you picked that. Love American Psycho. Split, but that's just me. And Shaun of the Dead is really good, so I'm gonna give you an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Jaws is there. I'm sorry.
She's still going. Okay. 8 out of 10 for AMX reviews. Now let's go to one of the newcomers along with Zach to the show. Let's invite Joe. Joe, what do you have to say on Deeb's list?
Dude, your list is awesome. I just have to say, whoever picks Jaws should win automatically. That's
a lie.
No.
That's a straight lie.
I want to see
No, we can't do that 3 times.
No.
Let me just
No bueno.
let me just be clear. Steven Spielberg is my favorite director of all time. I said it yesterday in a tweet. He is cinema's greatest storyteller. Jaws is I did not mean to play the Jeopardy music. I'm not playing myself out. Jaws is one of Steven Spielberg's greatest films. It's not my favorite of what I consider to be his big 4 movies. I prefer E.T., Raiders, and Close Encounters, but I love Jaws. I've seen parts of Split. I never finished it because I decided to watch Thor Ragnarok again a couple of weeks ago. Don't judge me. But I did like what I saw. I love Shaun of the Dead a lot. Pan's Labyrinth, Guillermo del Toro, one of the greatest directors of all time. Also have the support of fellow Mexican. And American Psycho is a classic. So I'm going to give this list a 9 out of 10.
Ooh, highest grade along with
God damn.
That's a pretty good list. Now, I got to say before we go on to our next list is I feel like we all have a lot of good picks. And the thing is, this is another draft where it just comes down to the preference of the voter because I feel like we have so many great picks.
Here, back.
Did he glitch?
He's frozen.
We lost him.
Did we lose Ryan?
All right,
We'll be right
so
back.
we have a ton of great picks. We are moving on to the person that just got frozen.
You're playing Jaws right now.
Who's playing
Zach,
Jaws?
what do you think of Ryan's team?
What do I think of Ryan's list? Well, I'll tell you what. I think that's a great number 1 pick. Personal story: Scream was actually the first horror film my dad ever showed me growing up.
Wow.
That is, Scream is a great film. It's a great first pick. And The Cabin in the Woods also. Man, that is such an original film. You want to talk about such unique ideas as Cabin in the Woods has. Drew Goddard directing it. Oh, so good. And truth be told, I actually have not seen this Dawn of the Dead, so I can't exactly state an opinion on it. Zombieland. I mean, everybody loves Zombieland. Come on, it's so fun. Train to Busan is pretty good. I'm gonna give Ryan an 8.5. All things considered.
He's gonna love that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Going right under Zach. Dives, what do you think of Rye's team?
Great first pick, that was like really my top two was Jaws and Scream, because I know both of those have a huge following. Cabin in the Woods, it was my baby. That was, I think I messaged you guys before the draft. I had zeroed on 3 movies. It was, one of them was Cabin in the Woods. Lo and I did a draft, a bracket on horror movies, and Cabin in the Woods killed. It absolutely killed. It beat a lot of really good movies like Get Out and things like that. So that is that's probably his best selection here. I saw Dawn of the Dead opening weekend. It was good, not memorable. Zombieland is instantly quotable. So many great quotes from Bill Murray. You name it. It's great. And then Train to Busan. We're going to do a versus on Train to Busan versus World War Z. I'd never heard of Train to Busan.
It's excellent.
Like 3 weeks ago, I watched it 2 nights ago, and my first thought was that might be, like 28 Days Later, the best zombie movie I've ever seen. So I'm saying The Cabin in the Woods and Train to Busan are probably his best picks here. I'm going to 9 out of 10.
Wow.
Ooh, damn.
Wow. Generous praise from our fellow Suit Up Geeks podcast. Going down to our editor-in-chief, Sean, what do you think of Ryan's team?
I couldn't agree more with Train to Busan. That was the surprise pick of the entire match. That is a bananas movie. It is so good. You got a speeding train. Everyone's trapped during a zombie apocalypse. And it's scary as hell. It's great. The Cabin in the Woods, I loved it, but Thor being in it kind of made me laugh. Scream is wonderful. Scream is so good. And so is Dawn of the Dead. Zombieland just made me laugh a lot. So I'll give this an 8 out of 10 for sure.
Wait, so who went already and who graded? I just want to know.
Hey, while you're gone, my fellow co-host, I took over for a little bit. We're going down the order of the screen. So after Sean goes and finishes up, it's Sunny.
Wait, Zach, what did you give me?
I gave you an 8.5.
I'm unfollowing you. Okay.
Oh.
Loretto, go.
Wait, no, Sunny's up.
Oh, Sunny is shit.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, this is an 8.5 for me, easily. The same thing I would say for Dibes. Some of these movies aren't just my favorite horrors; they're some of my favorite movies in general. I don't like the 3 out of the 5 are zombie films, but that's just a small nitpick. So 8.5, I would say, yeah.
Did Deebs go before?
Yeah, I gave it a 9 out of 10.
I love you, Deebs. Okay.
Love you
Loretto, choose wisely, my fellow co-host.
All right, listen here. You feel me?
No, we're not
here.
going with the gangster mom right now.
So check it right here. I wish you had a little bit more diversity. A lot of modern picks, a lot of zombie picks. And I will say,
choose my picks.
Listen. Don't hear what I'm not saying. I love Cabin in the Woods. Okay, I love it, but I felt like it was a little bit of a reach in the second round.
Ooh.
I feel like you could have got it a little bit later. In my opinion, I wouldn't have taken it that high myself. Scream, I love. I grew up with it. Wes Craven's the man. You know, from Nev Campbell to Skeet Ulrich to Matthew Lillard to Jamie Kennedy, legendary cast. But on the strength of Scream and Zombieland, and you know, ultimately, I got to give you a 7, brother. I'm sorry.
Oh,
you should be sorry. Okay. You know what? I'm not even gonna ask Amanda because the way she's looking and the way she's been drinking, that's just not a good combination.
No, I'm gonna go. I hate you so much for taking Scream.
I know
hate you. I actually hate you. So Cabin in the Woods is good. I like it.
Of course you don't like good movies, okay?
I just said it's good. Okay.
Yeah, but it's not, you don't think it's great like I do, so.
Okay, whatever. Zombieland is fantastic. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Zombieland's great. Train to Busan's like really good as well. But I'm still gonna give you a 6 out of 10 because you took Scream from me.
Yes!
6 out of 10. I don't care.
Burn!
Taking Scream from me. This is what you get.
I want to hear Joe's thoughts. Put him back in. I want to hear Joe's thoughts because Amanda really just put a goddamn sour taste in my mouth.
You're welcome.
Joe's in.
There he is.
Yo, give me
Can
some
you hear me?
light, man. Yes, we can. Give me
Yes.
some light.
Okay.
What do you think about it?
Ryan, I've been saying this since you picked all of yours. You're getting a 10 out of 10 from me, man.
Oh,
Yes!
Oh,
This is the most consistent and the
Yes, it
best lineup of all of
Amen.
these.
how
God bless
Scream
us
is a
all.
10 out of 10. The Cabin in the Woods is a 9 out of 10.
Yes,
Dawn
it
of
is.
the Dead, 9 out of 10.
Yes, it is.
Zombieland, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And Train to Busan is a 10 out of 10. These are all all of these are in my top 10 favorite horror movies, man. You get a 10 out of 10 for sure.
Hell yeah.
Thank
So
you for
before we go on to our next list, I think we can all just come to the common consensus that Ryan has 11 out of 10 list. Thank you guys. Let's move over to Zach's list. Amanda, can we just mute Amanda? Thank you guys so much. Let's move on to Zach. What are the newcomers, man? I
Yeah.
gotta say, you have some nice diversity with Psycho, Misery, Don't Breathe, The Lighthouse, which I'm really mad at, and a bit of a ballsy pick in my opinion, Frankenstein 1931.
Yep.
Frankenstein 1931 is a great film, dude. I can't get the years right. Don't blame
It really
me.
is.
But
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead, man. Talk
No,
about
I was just gonna say, yeah. So I was really hoping that Psycho was gonna be available at number 3 overall, and I was so thrilled too because I actually just reviewed this for my channel. Yeah, cheap plug for all of you viewers out there. But anyway, yeah. So Psycho, in my opinion, I'm not gonna go too into depth because I just reviewed it, but it is the one movie that I think modern horror success was hinged on. If Psycho sucked, if Psycho did terrible at the box office, I don't think any of these movies would ever exist.
That's fair.
In all honesty. So
That's fair.
Psycho was awesome. Misery, I had to include some Stephen King in there, and I think that's one of the better Stephen King adaptations around. Don't Breathe, again, it's a contained, scary movie. I really love contained horror, and Don't Breathe is certainly one of those. The Lighthouse, I picked that not just to ruin Ryan's day, I promise you all. But
that's why you did it.
no, but
You did.
why I did it? No, it's I love The Witch. I think The Lighthouse is a million times better than The Witch, personally.
Amen.
Yeah, I'm the
You
other
know,
way around.
It was probably one of my favorite movies of last year, not named Avengers Endgame, in all honesty, which is saying a lot. And then, a lot of people say Frankenstein 1931 is ballsy, but I'm sitting here and again, this was an extremely influential movie. A lot of people saw Boris Karloff as Frankenstein, and this is something a lot of people forget. The studio did not announce that Boris Karloff was playing Frankenstein until he shows up on frame, which is unprecedented. Nobody would ever think to do that now, but they saw Boris Karloff appear and they were like, holy crap, this is awesome. And it still remains timeless almost 100 years later. It's great.
No, honestly, Zach, I totally agree with you. I really love this list. Like I said before, Frankenstein is a great film, but if we've seen anything from Todd's picks from the past,
There it is.
going older might not just be the way. But I feel like all of us kind of agree that this is a really great list. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. What about you, Deebs? Tell us your opinions.
All right, Zach. You know I love you, right?
No, he doesn't.
All right.
Here we go.
Psycho, classic. Misery, classic. The Lighthouse, instant classic. However, what we're like, this is the classic.
Get the shovel.
Trap. This is the classic trap that people fall into, is that you're not picking the best horror movies. You're picking the movies that people are going to vote for. And I feel like there's a crowd here that probably have never seen Don't Breathe. They probably have never seen Misery. They probably have never seen the Lighthouse, and especially Frankenstein. So if I have 2 different votes here. I love all of those movies. They're all fantastic. On my personal vote, it is probably like a solid 8.5. However, on the voting side, I'm worried about you, bro. I'm very worried, and I'll probably give it like a popular vote of see, this is how it is, man. This is like the fun. This is the fun of the draft. Is that people are gonna be like, I'm not gonna vote for that. So I'm going to go a 6.
That's fine.
That's
I mean, if you double it, you get the real score. But in all actuality, yeah, it's all good. Like
let me interrupt with this quick. I won the last 2 drafts, and both teams were completely shit on.
By us.
True.
Yeah, I'm an actor. I've taken a lot of really harsh notes before, so
now you're just showing off at this point. But yeah, we've got some really interesting votes right now. Let's go to our man Sean. What do you think on Zach's list, man?
Deebs has a lot of good things to say. And by the way, Inside Baseball, is Michael Colin going to be on this thing tomorrow?
No.
Okay, that's too bad, because he wrote an excellent article about Frankenstein in MovieMatrix.com. It is superb, and it really talks about why classic horror created what we have today. But I agree, not a lot of people that are going to be voting have even watched it or know how great it is.
Right.
So that alone is going to hurt this draft. Psycho is wonderful. Misery is perfect. Don't Breathe was really good. Lighthouse, I love it, but I'm the converse. I really love The Witch better than that. So I would give this a 7.5 out of 10.
I'll take it.
We got a 7.5 out of Sean. Sonny, light up our night with your pick, man. Come on.
I think I agree with Dibes and Sean, to be honest with you. I mean, I haven't seen Frankenstein, and the other 4, I love the other 4. But popularity, I don't think any of them really are gonna win over anyone. So I'm gonna go 7.5, I think.
Well, goddamn. Okay, I don't know what to say to that. I'm sorry that you feel that way. Let's go down to Mama herself, Loretto. Big Mama.
Hey,
all right, mother.
I'm really glad Sean touched on that. Shouts out to Michael. Follow him at The Exported Film. Had a great piece, like he was saying, on Frankenstein. And I really love that Universal Horror got a shout out in this draft, because where would we be without the Universal monsters, from Dracula to Wolfman to the original Invisible Man, and to Frankenstein. So as much as I kind of shit on your list, Rye, I'm sorry, but as much as I feel like Zach may not get the popular vote, like Dives is saying, from Psycho to Frankenstein, and to an extent, Lighthouse and even Misery. Forgive me, I haven't seen Don't Breathe, but I heard amazing things. It's a really strong list, in my opinion. I'm a Hitchcock truther, and Kathy Bates is the only person I know that can make James Caan shiver, shaking his boots, because this is fucking Sonny from The Godfather. Okay, so Kathy Bates put on a fucking terrific performance, without killer masks and scary ghost stuff. She was just scary as a person. I actually think this is a 9. I'm giving Zach a 9.
Oof.
That's right.
Wow, that's a really high score. That's our highest score to date. But you know what? Let's go to Smooth Cool herself. What's your name again? Because you're so drunk that I am a little drunk. What's your name?
Oh my god.
Wait, do you even remember your name?
I do.
Is it Charlie?
I'm gonna kill you. Anyway,
okay, Amanda, just go. What's your pick?
So I think Psycho is overhyped. I'm really sorry. I know, boo. I love
my hair came off.
I'm so sorry. No, you're leave. Frankenstein was fantastic. I really loved it. I like that you have a nice mixture here. I haven't seen Don't Breathe. I fell asleep during The Lighthouse 3 times. Misery is one of my favorite movies ever. I love Kathy Bates. It was phenomenal. I loved it. So I'm going to give you a 7 out of 10, my friend. I'm so sorry.
All right.
You should be sorry. Well, damn, I thought my list was going to be the most hated. But let's go right to you, Joe. What are your opinions on Zach's list?
Psycho is a classic. I'm also an Alfred Hitchcock truther. So that's a 10 out of 10 right there. Misery is great. Haven't seen Don't Breathe, but I hear it's really good. The Lighthouse was one of my favorite movies from last year. And Frankenstein is great. I would also like to point out that Frankenstein came out exactly 66 years before I was born. I share a birthday with this movie.
It's not 69 years. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm giving
Give it a score, my man.
A 9?
All right.
A 9. Well, damn. Okay, let's just go right on to Joe's list. He's got Cloverfield, Let Me In, Drag Me to Hell, The Fly, and What We Do in the Shadows. I'm going to be honest, this is the more unique list out of all of ours. Personally, Cloverfield is good, but not one of my favorites. Let Me In, I didn't really like so much. I'm not a big Chloe Moretz fan. Drag Me to Hell was always great because Sam Raimi. I'm really mad you took The Fly from me, man. That was on my list. And What We Do in the Shadows is a bit of an odd pick, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go with the 7.5 out of 10. Let's just go to Zach. What would you rank Joe's list?
All right. Well, after getting just pissed all over, so let's see.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
So here we go. I'm gonna be even more hated in the chat at this point. I have not seen a majority of your list, Joe.
Big movie reviewer. Sorry.
I know. Oh wow. Okay. Wait till I get the ring then. So let's see. Cloverfield is great. That's one that I have seen. It's really, really great. Let Me In, haven't seen. Drag Me to Hell, haven't seen. What We Do in the Shadows, haven't seen. The Fly, The Fly is Jeff Goldblum turning into a bug, and that's all I can really ask for. That's a 10 out of 10 from me, just alone. I love The Fly. It's so fun. But I mean, overall, I don't know if it's really fair for me to give a grade for this personally, but if I had to, it's probably 7.5.
Wow, that's a major rip. Let's just go on to Deebs. I feel bad, Deebs. Come on, give us some light in this list, man.
Cloverfield is absolutely terrific. Matt Reeves. I had this movie in the 20s for me. So in the first round, that's a bit of a reach. But it's a great movie. It is an absolutely terrific movie. Let Me In is also excellent. It's about, with kids and vampires and all that kind of stuff. It's really, really strong. Drag Me to Hell with Sam Raimi. I think you're probably, begging on the scraps of Sam Raimi here. Evil Dead 2 is better. The Fly is terrific. This is probably your best pick on this squad. And What We Do in the Shadows, I actually never saw, so I'm not going to comment on that. The Fly is definitely your best pick. I'm worried that you have movies here that no one has seen. So I'm probably going to give you a 7.
I honestly completely agree with Deebs, but let's just go to the man himself. Sean, what are your opinions on Joe's list?
I'm right there too. Cloverfield never scared me one bit. I thought it was funny. Let Me In works. Drag Me to Hell, you got the man. What We Do in the Shadows, really nice. It's a underrated horror movie, but the gross out just damn factor is The Fly. That's a 10 out of 10 just in that alone. But the rest of them, either not scary or really, I'm going 7 out of 10.
Wow, dude, this is a rough one, and I am taking a drink at this point because holy shit. Still not the worst one we've had so far. But Sonny, what are your opinions on Joe's list?
I agree with Sean. It's a good list, but it's not a good horror list. I mean, Cloverfield is a great film, but I wouldn't personally class it as a horror. To me, anyway. Drag Me to Hell is great. The Fly is great. What We Do in the Shadows is really... it's a good list, but as a horror, I would say a 7. Maybe. Yeah, 7 out of 10.
Well, Joe, if it makes you feel any better, our very first draft, I chose some baller picks. I got a 6 out of 10 for all of them, and I still lost on the first round. So let's just go to Loretto. Loretto, what are your opinions on Joe's list?
Don't listen to anything we're saying, by the way.
No, you should. Your self-esteem should go way down.
Hey, so Joe, you're a longtime Matrix member. I remember you from way back. Hearts to you, man. I love you. You're a good writer.
He's about to roast the shit out of you.
He is.
He's about to roast the shit
real
out of
talk. Hey, real talk. Peep it, moviesmatrix.com. He's got great work. But I will say, brother, the first 2 picks, for example, I didn't consider Cloverfield exactly a horror film. It was good. I like Matt Reeves, but I prefer Let the Right One In over Let Me In. I thought the original was a lot more effective with its horror. I love Sam Raimi. I love Sam Raimi, and Drag Me to Hell is very fun, but it's definitely not upper tier like Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, stuff like that. I think Taika Waititi's wonderful, but I mean, for a horror list, I don't know if I would throw What We Do in the Shadows in there. But just because I like these films, I'll give it a 7, brother.
Wow, you guys really are loving this list tonight. Let's go to Smooth Cool herself, Amanda. Yo, Smooth Cool, go.
Listen, man. I'm gonna give you a break, okay?
Take those glasses off, though.
No, I haven't seen any of the movies on your list.
Oh, jeez. That's
Candid reviews, Candid Cinema. What?
Bro, fake movie reviewers. Zach, I'm sorry. I feel bad for you. Amanda's really the bad one here.
Let me speak. Come on.
No, you've spoken enough, sweetheart.
I'm just gonna give him a break and not give him a rating at all, and I'm just gonna pass it. So there you go.
That's worse than not giving a review. Joe, honestly, man, I really hate to ask you what you think of your list right now. So what do you think of your list?
I thought it was good.
That's convincing.
Yeah, my last 2 drafts were absolutely destroyed, and I won both.
Hey, Joe, in your defense, though, it doesn't matter what we say on here. It's all about what people vote for. So if people really dig your movies, they'll vote for you, bro.
Period. The Howie Mandel of our draft, right?
I mean, unless I don't give you an instant classic, you're not going to win. Sorry.
I won.
But you know what?
No, Ryan has never won. So no.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Don't listen to him. I feel
He's
it
still
in
not
this
going
one.
to. He's still not going to.
No, you know what? I don't know when this became a Ryan hate party, but Joe, just give your list out of 10.
Party, but okay.
Joe, just give
I will say that I do appreciate that the ratings were at least consistent. I really do appreciate that. It wasn't all over the place. It's all 7 out of 10. So my list is the draft equivalent to the reviews of Ant-Man and the Wasp. So
I love it.
Well, this is pretty insane, people. Let's go on to Sunny on the wrong side of the moon.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, you got The Conjuring, Get Out, Evil Dead 2013, Mama, and Child's Play. I'm going to be real with you. The first 3, straight fire. I'm really mad you took The Conjuring and the Evil Dead 2013 for me. I think Evil Dead 2013 is the best out of the 4, in my personal opinion, just because of all the gore. I'm a big gore person, which is why I like the Saw films. The Conjuring is one of my favorite James Wan films. Get Out is obviously, guys, you know what I'm going to say. Instant classic.
There it is.
But I'm not going to lie. Mama is not my favorite film. It's a good film. And Child's Play, Chucky has never been that frightening to me. And he's always been more of a joke, whether they more intended it to be or not. But I'm going to give your list a good 8 out of 10, Sonny, even though you said your list is shit. But let's go down to Zach himself. What do you think for Sonny's list?
All right, Sonny. Okay, so the first Conjuring, you took that in the first round. I love that film. Personally, I love The Conjuring 2 more than that. I'm just
fair enough, dude.
That might be a controversial opinion. Yeah, it's for sure. But first Conjuring is a great first pick. But Get Out, man, Get Out is just that was my favorite movie of 2017, and I was so bummed it did not win Best Picture. But c'est la vie. The Evil Dead remake. I mean. Here's the thing. I kind of disagree with Ryan here.
You should, definitely.
I mean, the original Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, which we'll talk about later, I think is the best of the series because Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi, what beats that? Yeah, Child's Play is just a doll who was on WCW one night talking to Rick Steiner. Getting the pro wrestling in here. And Mama is a movie I actually have not seen either. So I'm gonna, this is a nice list, a nice collective list for me. But Sonny, I'm gonna give you a 7.5 out of 10 for this. Wow. I think an 8 actually.
I'll take it.
8. Yeah,
I'll take it. Thank you.
Straight baller. But yo, Deebs, what do you think about Sonny's list? And if you roast it, I will haunt you in your dreams.
Ooh, I kind of like that. It's Kind of sounds
Okay, then shit. My bad.
one of my this is the epitome of a list that if I could replace one movie is probably my favorite list of this entire draft. The Conjuring is absolutely my favorite horror movie of all time. I wanted to take it, but it was I couldn't take it over Jaws. I couldn't take it over other films. So The Conjuring is 10 out of 10, one of my favorites. Get Out, I can't believe that slipped to the second round. Value-wise, this is definitely one of the best picks in the entire draft. Get Out was terrific. Set up Jordan Peele, directorial debut, set him up as the new horror face of horror. Evil Dead was terrific. The 2013 version, I think it's a little underrated. It's definitely probably not known as much as like Army of Darkness or Evil Dead 2, but Evil Dead 2013 is terrific. It's really terrific. And then Mama is one of my favorite underrated horror movies. It's directed by Andy Muschietti, who's doing
The Flash.
The Flash. He's doing The Flash. He did it. Like, he is a very underrated director, and he's like the part of that whole like transition from superhero films with horror directors that I just adore to death. And then when I led off with saying I wish I could just replace Child's Play with something else like Devil. Chad's pick Devil was terrific. I don't like Child's Play. Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't like it. I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10.
Man, that's pretty baller. I know I just said that twice. I thought I said it once in my head, but let's just go to Sean.
The Conjuring is a masterclass. To me, it revitalized the whole horror genre. Get Out was wonderful. Evil Dead, I hate remakes. I hate horror remakes, and this one was nice. Mama, nice. I think it is an underrated. And also, if you've been to moviematrix.com, check out the column The Unders. Thank you, cheap plug. However, Child's Play sucked. It was just bad. Like ass bad.
Poor Sonny.
Yeah, I love Sonny. So I'm gonna give you an 8 out of 10 and have a beer for me, brother.
Well, man, this has been a wild ride. 4 great picks so far, but it seems like Child's Play really isn't catching it with anybody. But let's go to the man himself. Sonny, what do you think about your own very list?
I like the first 3 I picked, and then the last 2, I don't fucking know what happened there. I mean,
it was all those pints.
That's definitely one of the main culprits. But Child's Play, I think I was going for that sort of iconic horror figure, with Chucky the doll, which is everyone is sort of knows, even if you don't like the films, that gingerhead maniac, Mama, I do think is underrated, definitely underrated, I think. And the top 3 I think were just solid picks, really good. Straight Fire, yeah. I rate
yes.
I'll rate that a 7.5.
That's so low for you.
That's Amanda. Don't sound sad. Stop. Okay. Let's just go to Mama Loretto. What do you think?
All right, listen here, yo.
Spaghetti sauce coming out.
Hey, chill talk. The wig back on.
Hey, Sonny's awesome over across the Atlantic. I will not take any Chucky slander. Look, I get it. Y'all ain't scared of a doll, but I'm just saying, if it was in the dark and you were sleeping and this little doll was crawling up your bed with the strength of a grown man and he's trying to strangle you, you would piss yourself. I don't will take none of this Chucky slander.
How does Chucky strangle someone, though?
Child's Play, and as much as y'all want to hate on it, there's a lot of people that are scared of dolls. Okay, there's a lot of people that are scared of dolls. So I back Child's Play. Like everybody's been saying, Evil Dead was an unexpected, underrated classic. I went into the film thinking I was going to hate it, but it won me over. And I love the fact that they were open to the crossover at the very, very end. Hearing Ash say groovy, that was crazy. Conjuring was an epic horror tale with almost no blood, almost none of the tricks and gimmicks.
Right.
It went old school, so I respect that. And Get Out is one of the most original horror films in the past like 20 years. Get Out is a classic. I honestly, Sonny, I'm sorry, brother. I gotta give you a 9, brother.
Gotta give you a 9, brother.
Damn.
Let's go on to our next person.
Thank you.
I don't know whether I say person or not because once they take off the glasses, it's a whole new show. Let's go over to AMX. Wait, not sorry. I get
Don't even
confused with
try.
your. No,
Don't
yo,
even
stop interrupting me. I'm hosting. Well, let's go to Amanda. What are your opinions on Sonny's pick?
I absolutely love The Conjuring. I didn't sleep for 3 days after that.
Wimp.
I love Get Out. I absolutely loved it. That was going to be one of my picks, so screw you. But I love it. Evil Dead's really good too. Kind of Mama and Child's Play I don't really love, so I'm gonna
You're scared of Chucky.
I am scared of Chucky. Leave me alone.
Wimp.
Stop. I'm scared. I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. Sonny.
Thank you.
Wow, that was the most drunk Sonny I've ever heard in my life, and we all saw how the last show went. By the way, let's just go over to our last man, one of the newcomers. Joe, what are your opinions on Sonny's list?
Okay, The Conjuring is fantastic. I told a friend of mine a few weeks ago, I think James Wan is the modern master of horror. He's amazing. Get Out is my favorite. Get Out is my second favorite horror film of all time. I love it dearly, so much. I really enjoyed Evil Dead way more than I should have. I haven't seen Mama, and I'm another one. No Child's Play slander in this chat. I think this movie is awesome.
Sorry.
I'm giving you a 9 out of 10.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Wow,
Man.
that's pretty insane. Honestly, I'm going to be honest. Child's Play has a bit of a cult following, no pun intended. But let's just move on to, I don't even want to say his name because looking at this list. Chadwick with The Strangers, The Babadook, Paranormal Activity, The Visit, and Devil. Personally, The Strangers is a really good movie, but I feel like not enough people really know about it. The Babadook, I have not seen, but based off of all of the feedback on Twitter, I know I've not seen The Babadook. Kill me right now. Fucking burn me like a witch in Salem. just hearing Yo, Sonny's just dying on the other end. He's like, damn Americans, dude. But honestly, from the feedback on social media, The Babadook is one of the best horror movies. Paranormal Activity is very hit or miss, I feel, in the community. Personally, I like it because it scared the crap out of me when I was younger. The Visit was a great return to form for M. Night Shyamalan. And honestly, I didn't even consider Devil because I felt like a lot of people just don't know this film. So based off of my feelings, I'm going to go with 7.5 out of 10. What about you, Zach?
Man, so The Strangers, fun movie. Haven't really rewatched it that much. The Babadook scared the crap out of me. It never made me want to open up a children's book ever again, even though I was a senior in high school when it came out. But anyway, Paranormal Activity is one of my favorite found footage horror films ever. It scared the crap out of me as a kid. The Visit, there is a lot of love for The Visit on this stream, but honestly, personally, I don't think it's Shyamalan's best. Honestly, it's not better than The Sixth Sense. Certainly not. It's not better than Unbreakable, which I think is his best personally.
It's better than the Village, right?
It's totally better than The Village.
Exactly. Return to form.
Yeah, it's not better than Split, but I mean, The Visit, it's fine. You can watch it. Devil, another one I haven't seen. So my friend Chad, I'm gonna give you a 7.5 out of 10.
That's a fat rip if I've ever seen one. But let's just move on to the man himself, Deebs. What are your opinions on Chad's list? And by the way, scroll over so I can see the rest of them for the hosting. Thank you very much.
I will. Strangers is terrific, but I don't know. Like in terms of like great horror movies, it's definitely there. It's definitely present, but I don't know how many people have seen it. So I'm very interested to see where The Strangers and how many votes that's going to get. Personally, especially in the first round. The Babadook, I did a video of my favorite horror movies of all time. The Babadook is in my top 10. If you watch that, the Babadook, but regarding mental health and just that ominous, ambiguous ending was just absolutely terrific. Paranormal Activity, I've got a beef. Guys, because Chad took down Blair Witch Project, and I grew up with watching Blair Witch Project opening night, and it was absolutely so fun. People thought it was real, found footage, and he goes with Paranormal Activity. I've got a beef, guys. I'm going to talk to Chad on the side.
DM.
The Visit is absolutely terrific. Very underrated film. And then The Devil, absolutely underrated film. However, two films by my man, Philly boy, M. Night Shyamalan. You can see right here. You can see all the Philly shit.
Is that what that is?
That's what that is. M. Night Shyamalan is terrific. The Visit's terrific. Devil's terrific. I don't know how many people are going to vote for that. I don't know how many people have seen that. So this is absolutely kind of that list that I don't know how many people are going to have seen and vote for. I'm going to give it a 7.
Wow, that's rough. But you know what's pretty rough? Joe holding that flashlight for most of this podcast. I just got to know, man, why are you holding a flashlight? Because I'm super confused.
I don't know. I just need
He's
something.
I just
leave him alone.
That's something new. I dig it. But let's move on to Sean. Bro, I hope you roast Chad. Please, what are your opinions on Chad's picks?
Okay, Devil sucked. The Visit, however, sorely underrated. That psycho granny, good Lord. If she came to my house with peach cobbler, I'd kick her square in the butt. Paranormal Activity is the OG of found footage. And by the way, Deebs, you're right. The Blair Witch Project, people thought it was real 1 year after it came out.
You have to like live it.
The marketing campaign was genius. True. The Strangers, I think this is a movie that people need to go back and see. It is home invasion gone totally badass crazy. It's great. The Babadook, Jennifer Kent, she's a genius, plain and simple. I love this list with the exception of Devil. So I'll give each movie 2 points besides Devil. So 8 out of 10.
Man, that is straight fire if I've ever seen one. Let's go straight to the wrong side of the sun. Sunny.
It's always sunny with Sunny.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia. Am I right? No, just go, Sunny. I'm sorry.
No, you keep going, man. You keep going.
I'm done.
I like this list. I think there's a lot of underrated. Sorry, I won't say overrated. There's a lot of underrated choices on it that I'm not sure who said it. Maybe Dives, that wouldn't necessarily be picked. A lot of people might not have seen them, but this has got a lot of scares in it. I think this list. So it's a good list for me. I think I would definitely go 8 out of 10. Yeah.
Man, Sonny has definitely been smoking some sun, if you get my vibe. But let's go straight to Mama. Nope, not Mama Loretto. Let's go to Daddy Loretto right now.
A-team, real quick. I'm just looking at the clock. We got to pick up the pace a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to go through every single film. I'm just going to spit hot takes, hot facts.
Shit.
Devil wasn't directed by M. Night Shyamalan. He did help the story. I thought that was a little bit of a reach. The Visit is supremely underrated. It would scare the shit out of me. And honestly, don't come at me with the pitchforks, y'all. I thought The Visit was better than Split. Don't at me. The Strangers, guys, The Strangers, that has to be one of the most horrifying situations of all time. Like, for people to come into your house with no purpose other than just to kill you, that is terrifying. And like Sean was saying, like when he said you were home and that was the only reason why they did this, like that is terrifying. So on the strength of Strangers, I really like Paranormal. I'm not going to go into it why. On the strength of The Visit, Paranormal, and The Strangers, I'll give it a strong 8.5.
Well, that's crazy. Let's just go to Smooth Cruise Banana Amanda. Let's go.
These names. I actually really don't like Chad's list.
That's fine. So we expect you not to like good movies already, so it's fine.
Other than the Babadook and probably Paranormal Activity, I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10.
Man, that is rough. Let's just go straight
Sorry,
to Joe.
Daddy.
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
Okay, so I've been holding it in since I saw it. I hate Paranormal Activity.
Man,
I hate all of them.
Yes,
There it
Tony
is.
had, but he still chose it.
And I have a little bit of a gripe that everyone was praising Paranormal Activity when I picked Cloverfield was a superior film. Not bitter at all. I've seen Strangers is very good. The Babadook is very good. The Visit I haven't seen. Devil is underrated, so I'm going to give this a 7 because I despise Paranormal Activity. It's probably the worst movie on this list.
Man, that is really rough. But let's get the pace going. We got Sean with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974. Rosemary's Baby, The Vitch, not the Witch, because it's spelled with 2 V's. Nope, I almost looked at Amanda's list. The Amityville Horror and Delivery. I'm gonna be honest with you, Sean. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because I already mispronounced the entire thing. Might as well mispronounce the rest of
Put
it.
the White Claw down.
No, bro, it's already down. It's down. That shit is right there. Hey, you know what? I personally like your list. The Texas Chainsaw is good. Rosemary's Babies is good. The Vitch is good. Amityville Horror is good. And I don't even know what the fuck Delivery is. But personally, I feel like you have the same problem as Todd here. You have a lot of great classics that not enough people have seen. Yes, I'm going with Todd. So I'm going to give your list a straight 7 out of 10. Not instant classic. I'm going to go to Zach. What do you think, man?
am I Zach or am I Todd now?
No, I'm talking Zach.
Okay.
I'm talking Zach.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm just gonna go lightning round here. I was roasted a lot for having a lot of classic films, but that's why I love Sean's list so much. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, classic. Rosemary's Baby. Darren Aronofsky wishes he directed Rosemary's Baby. The Witch is awesome. Amityville Horror is a classic. I have not seen Delivery. 8 out of 10, Sean.
Deliverance.
It's Deliverance.
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 With
I have
bread.
seen that. Burt Reynolds.
Burt
All right,
Reynolds.
8.5 out of 10. Yeah, 8.5 out of 10, Sean.
Thank you.
Man, that's pretty baller because I've not seen that. But let's go straight to Deebs.
I mean, same fucking shit. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre is absolute classic. Terror, pure terror. One of the best, pure like bones for bones, pound for pound horror films on this list. Great first round pick. After that, Rosemary's Baby, The Witch. I don't get it. I don't get why it's such a classic. I saw that opening night, and I didn't get it. Amityville Horror is a great movie. It's a horror classic. Deliverance. I don't even know. Obviously, I was the one making this list. But I give this like I don't even want to say 7. This is not a list that people are going to vote for. I'll probably say 6.
Well, Sean, it's official. If he hasn't said it already, he hates you. So, what do you think about your own list?
Well, I hear this, and I mean it's creepy as hell. So Rosemary's Baby is awesome. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is greatness. Amityville Horror is greatness. And I'm sorry, but Squeal Like a Pig is something that stays with you after you leave the theater. It's creepy. I like my list, but yeah, it's an OG list. If you're not OG and you're like 18 years old, you probably won't like it. I dig it.
That's really fair.
Me, I give it a 9 out of 8.
Ryan.
Ryan froze again.
Ryan froze. Who should we go to? Sonny?
Sonny.
Yeah.
Okay. Quick. I'll do a quick one. I'll say 7.5, just because I would have wanted some more modern stuff in there. But it's a great list. It's not 7.5 for me personally, probably just because I'm a bit younger. But yeah, I think 7.5 out of 10.
Spelling of Delivery, though. I'm just saying.
Man, dude, I just
Delivery.
walking in on you getting roasted, man. I feel bad. Who just went Sunny? Dude, let's go to Mama. Yo, you gotta stop switching because you're confusing me now. Let's go to Mama Loretto.
All right. Listen here, you millennials and your Generation Z. When it comes to comic book films, sure, OG will not get the votes, but you better hear me. You better hear me. If it comes to the horror genre, the OGs are king. You gotta hear me, So look, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is one of the most realistic, gritty films of all time. It looks like a snuff film, people. It looks like a documentary. Tobe Hooper hit it out the park. One of the scariest things I've ever freaking seen. Rosemary's Baby. I'm not fond of Roman Polanski, but holy crap, tension. Just feeling, making you scared without showing you something like what you think is actually scary. It's just giving you the feels. The Witch, Robert Eggers, throwing it back. You know why? Because he threw it back with an OG style. The Witch is just creepy. Amityville Horror, I said it gave me nightmares. And Deliverance, holy crap. If you find a grown man in the woods trying to literally rape your butt, come on. 9 out of 10.
Okay. We know how you feel now, Mama Loretta. Damn, you've been in that freezer too long.
Way too much raping of the butts here.
Just a tad bit, man. Amanda, just change the topic, please.
Jesus Christ. Okay, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is phenomenal. I loved it. It was so great.
Shocker.
You know what?
No, don't tell me.
But,
Wait.
Yeah, Rosemary's Baby. It's overhyped, Sean. I'm sorry. I watched it. I didn't like it. I didn't get it. It's also Polanski, so you're gonna lose some votes there for sure on Twitter. Just saying. Everything else is solid. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10, my man. I'm so sorry. I appreciate you though.
Honestly, Sean, if it makes you feel better, her score rarely ever counts when we add them together. So let's just go to Joe.
You're so mean.
Sean, you're getting a 9 out of 10 because you have Texas Chainsaw, Rosemary's Baby, and The Witch. You get a 9 for all of those. I have not seen the Amityville Horror. Please forgive me. And I haven't seen Deliverance, whatever the hell it's called. But you get points specifically for The Witch alone. So it's a 9 out of 10 there.
Honestly, I just say we don't have Joe back on because he's just way too nice and not roasting anybody. So let's just move on to the next list. Hold on, I gotta clear my throat when I say it. Amanda is up with It 2017, not the good version. Dr. Sleep, The Invisible Man, 1934, because we didn't put the year. I just instantly give her the least superior one. Ready or Not, and Suspiria. Wait, actually, real question: which Suspiria, the new one or the older one?
I'm gonna go with the new one.
Okay,
so I love the old one.
Yo, can I talk? It 2017, instant classic. Dr. Sleep, instant classic. Invisible Man, not an instant classic.
Screw you.
Yeah, that's the plan at the end of the night. Ready or Not is a good movie, but honestly, I really wouldn't consider it a horror. And I've not seen Suspiria because that movie just got roasted like mother on Twitter. So based off of It 2017, Dr. Sleep, and The Invisible Man, I would give this a straight 6.5 out of 10. So
wow.
Let's go straight to Zach.
My heart.
All right, I'm going to keep this short. I'm going to make Amanda feel better after just getting roasted. This is honestly, aside from my own list, of course, this is my favorite list of the bunch, actually. Yeah, so love it. Dr. Sleep, love it. Invisible Man is so underrated. Ready or Not is so fun. Suspiria, but I mean, the only thing I wish your list had is a bit of a mix of past and present horror, because I noticed you have a lot of present horror there. I'm going to give you a 9 out of 10, though. It's a really strong list. It's going to be a tough one to beat.
Thank you.
Man, I'm just glad Joe gave me a 10 out of 10 because you guys are being rough tonight. But let's go straight to Deebs on Amanda's list.
I'm going to piggyback off of Zach. I mean,
well,
Amanda, you had real concerns about picking late in this draft.
Yeah.
What the fuck were you thinking? Because you have some really major heavy hitters here, and especially modern heavy hitters here. It 2017 instant classic. Dr. Sleep.
Yes.
Dr. Sleep was one of my favorite movies of the year. I pray, I hope that people recognize how great that movie is. Such a terrific. I love how they combine The Shining and all that. One of my favorite movies. The Invisible Man, absolutely terrific. But I don't know how many people have seen it. That's what I'm a little concerned about. Ready or Not, by the way, is probably one of the best value pound for pound picks in this entire draft.
Love it.
So good.
Love it.
Good. And then you got Suspiria, which I think like in terms of like Ready or Not's like here, in terms of like, you know, one somewhat of a known horror movie. Suspiria's a little bit down here, although it's like here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I feel you. I get it.
It's a great horror movie that I don't know how many people have seen it. So like if I had to give this a grade, this is probably a 9+ out of 10.
Wait, 9+ out of 10. Wait.
I think it's that good. I think it's that good.
Oh my God, you're the best.
Wow. Sean, please brighten my day. What do you think about Amanda's list?
Well, even though she roasted me like a brisket during Yom
Oh, shit. That's some real Southern stuff right there.
I'm sorry.
You should.
I can relate.
I love this list. It's my favorite one. I think it was superb. Mike Flanagan, I mean, you might as well just coronate that guy. He is brilliant.
Yes.
The Invisible Man was spectacular. Elizabeth Moss, I'd kiss that woman. She's such a great actress. And I've watched her since The West Wing. Ready or Not was a surprise. I'd give this a 10 if you would have gone with the Italian version
You know what?
or Ballet Gone Coven. But this is a strong 9 out of 10 for me.
Yes, Sean. Thank you.
Now, I edit your stuff, so I'm going to get you for roasting me.
I'm sorry. You can roast me back. It's fine. It's fine.
Just to let us know this, Sonny, you're here just to lighten up my day. Get it? Because you're Sonny? Anyway, I'll shut up. What are your thoughts on Amanda's list?
This is my favorite list, I think. I haven't seen Suspiria, but It was my favorite movie that year. Doctor Sleep was one of my favorite movies that year.
Yeah.
The Invisible Man was one of my favorite movies this year. And Ready or Not is one of my favorite underrated horrors. It's just so fun. 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Sonny, you're a gem. Thank you.
Man, Sonny, I really liked you.
You should watch it. You should watch it.
Honestly, Papa Loretto's next, man. I don't even want to ask what y'all all think because it's
Yo, to the Canuck in the room. I heart ya, Canuck. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But look here, listen here. So I actually can't give this team a grade. So I'll be quick. If it was based on the movies I have seen, Invisible Man, incredible. If it was Dario Argento's Suspiria, holy crap. I haven't seen the remake. Forgive me. I've been busy. But if it was based on those films, I would have graded this very highly, but I haven't seen Ready or Not, and I'm not going to lie. I saw Dr. Sleep kind of drunk, and I fell asleep. That was my fault.
Okay.
And I need to rewatch Dr. Sleep, so I can't grade this, but it would have been high based on Invisible Man, and Suspiria.
Fair.
In short terms, he says your list is shit. Let's go straight to Amanda. What do you think your list? What do you think your list is? Actually, no. You know what? You already know what you're gonna name your list.
Nah. I get to go. So
my God, Ryan hates Amanda for no reason.
Ryan hates me. I have no idea
for no
why.
reason.
No idea why.
That's what you guys think.
I love my list. It's an 11.
Of course you do.
Obvi. I kind of stole what Ryan did in the past draft.
Of course he fucking stole my shit. Okay, continue.
Because he would only pick recent films, and I'm like, you know what? I'm 8th, and this is what I chose. So I love all of these films so much. I was like going in between trying to like pick Dario Argento's Suspiria or the newer one, but I think a lot of people love Luca Guadagnino's version with Dakota Johnson. So I think that I made the right choice because more people probably watch the new one than the old one. I'm still thinking Twitterverse wise. So yeah, 11 out of 10 because my list is amazing. Thank you.
If she wins, do I get half of that since she used my strategy?
No.
No? Okay. Joe, what are your opinions on Amanda's list?
Amanda, I am so sorry.
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's just one person. It's just one person.
Going so well too.
This isn't revenge. I mean this.
No, it is.
I've only seen one movie on this list.
Yo, what?
Whoa.
Which one have you seen?
Which one?
It, and I loved
Okay,
it.
that's fair. That's fair. As long as you loved it, that's fine.
Can I give it a grade even though I've seen one movie?
Sure.
9.
Yes. Ryan's gonna die.
Go
right
ahead,
now.
bat nipple.
Ryan's literally dead. He's better than dead. That's it.
Bring it on, y'all. I'm ready for it.
All
Let's
right,
go.
we got Loretto with The Thing, 1982, right? It was?
Yes.
1982, Evil Dead 2, Insidious, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors, and Planet Terror. I won't lie, The Thing, Insidious, and Nightmare on Elm Street 3 might give you the win. Actually, no, The Thing, Evil Dead, and Insidious, because The Thing, instant classic. Evil Dead 2, I don't want this to go on too long, but it was supposed to be a reboot of the first one. Ironically, I know it's a great film, though. Insidious, not my favorite, personally. I know a lot of people love it, though. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, have not seen it. And I feel like Planet Terror is a very unique flavor for a lot of people. If I had to base it off myself, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. What about you, Zach?
I'm gonna go 7 out of 10. Also, just basing off of personal flavor. I love The Thing. Evil Dead 2 is the best in the franchise. To take Ryan's quote, instant classic. Insidious. Insidious is great. It's extremely underrated. Yeah, I have not seen the last two, so low. I'm gonna give you a 7.
Damn, that's rough. Deebs, you looking also a little rough right now, so tell us how you feel about it.
The Thing is one of those movies that, like, if you're like 40 and over, like, people are gonna vote for that. Evil Dead 2 is probably my favorite Sam Raimi movie. Evil Dead 2 is fantastic. Insidious, one of my, like, we literally got like 2 hours ago into a heat about Insidious. It's one of my personally favorite movies. It's all about story. It's a slow burn. It's a movie about, memorable characters. I love Insidious. I love that choice. And then we get to Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and Planet Terror. And that's where I'm a little concerned. And I don't know where those choices come from. I got to give you, bro, I'm sorry, 6.5.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Let's just go straight on to Sean. What are your opinions, man?
This is a list that takes me down a street, and then when I get to Planet Terror, I trip, fart, and fall in. The Thing is dope. It made shape-shifting amazing. Evil Dead 2, that's B-movie deity. Insidious, we're going to rebroadcast a post on moviematrix.com on Monday about the best jump scares in history, and that has one of them in it. It's superb. The red thing behind him, that's butthole puckering stuff. Nightmare.
Wow, we're on a roll tonight with our quotes, man. Holy shit. Okay.
Butthole puckering.
Butthole puckering. Okay.
You may borrow it.
Write it down.
What?
That's a new one.
I feel like our lives can be lightened up a little bit with Sonny's ideas on this list.
Wait, what was the score, Sean?
Oh, I'm sorry. 7 out of 10. My bad.
Yes.
I've never seen Planet Terror.
It's fine. It's a very unique taste.
Yeah. Never seen it.
Sonny, enlighten us.
This is the 7.5 for me.
Oh, the highest one so far.
It's the most diverse list, I think, so far, and you can see that he's got his own little personal tastes in there and his own little favorite movies in there. But none of them, other than The Thing and Evil Dead 2, none of them really stand out for me as like amazing horror movies.
You got the mom coming back out, by the way.
Rewatch, yeah. He's gonna beat my
about
ass.
to kill you.
So 7.5.
Wait, what? Okay, I'm not even gonna question that. Let's go to Mama Lowe for their own list.
Oh no!
I guess you can
this
say you
here
think your list is
Mrs.
killer.
Beats coming in defense of Mr. Loretto. No,
Get back in the
real
fridge.
talk. No, so I'm gonna be quick. I don't want to ramble on about myself too long. But look, John Carpenter. If you haven't seen The Thing, I think the practical effects and the scares in it are really like genuine. Sam Raimi speaks for himself. James Wan paved the way. Before Conjuring, it was Insidious. Those jump scares, like Sean pointed out, were really great. And look here, I just love the practical effects work. I love the story in Dream Warriors. I think the idea of fighting Freddy Krueger within yourself, finding the power within yourself to fight Freddy Krueger, I think was a fun concept. It was original, and for its time, it broke ground. The special effects were never like the special effects in Nightmare on Elm Street were like unprecedented in the 80s. That's one of the reasons why I love Dream Warriors so much. It was such a unique spin on like the dream world. And also Planet Terror, I'm taking the AJ route here. Like for anybody that hasn't seen Grindhouse, I saw in the theaters. It was a double feature. I saw Planet Terror directed by Robert Rodriguez and Death Proof directed by Quentin Tarantino. I saw it in the theaters as a 3-hour feature, and it had mini trailers by Rob Zombie, Eli Roth, and the original trailer from Machete played before Planet Terror. It was just such a fun experience. And if you haven't seen Planet Terror, like I said earlier, the cast is incredible. It's a little bit of a zombie flick, but it's just so much fun. The reels go missing. It looks grainy, like it's in this film in the 70s. And it's a great time if you like. I almost chose From Dusk Till Dawn, but I chose Planet Terror instead. I thought that was a more fun picture. So if you like From Dusk Till Dawn, if you like Robert Rodriguez, check out Planet Terror.
And in the Halloween spirit, he has dug himself a grave. Let's move on to Amanda.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah?
The thing is like chef's kiss, so I'll give you that. I haven't seen the rest, so solely on that, I'm going to give you an 8 out of 10.
How are some of you film reviewers? But that's beside the point.
Shut your mouth.
Joe, what are your opinions on Loretto's team?
Loretto, I love you, man. You're very supportive.
But it sucks.
No, wait. I was leading into something, Ryan. I was going to say, you've been very supportive to me ever since I joined, and I'm supporting you right back. This is one of the best lists of all of them tonight. The Thing is amazing. Evil Dead 2 is amazing. Insidious is amazing. I am not the biggest fan of Nightmare on Elm Street 3, but I admire the fact that you picked it. And Planet Terror, I have seen Planet Terror like a couple of days ago, and I really enjoyed it. So you, my friend, get another 9 out of 10.
Ooh. Thank you, sir.
Wow, that is the most generous one out of literally any pick. But that's fine. Let's move on to our final pick list. And that's Michael M. Commit 23 on Twitter. Personally, we got The Exorcist, Midsommar, Friday the 13th, Oculus, and The Hills Have Eyes, the original one, all the way back in the 70s, I believe. But personally, The Exorcist, instant classic. Midsommar, top 10 for last year for me. Friday the 13th, I feel like these bottom three is where it gets really fetchy for him. Friday the 13th is a classic, not an instant classic, but a classic. But I feel like a lot of people have a love-hate relationship with the Friday the 13th franchise. I feel like not enough people have seen Oculus, and I've never heard anyone talk about The Hills Have Eyes. Personally, I'd say the list is a 6.5 out of 10, but let's just move straight on to Zach.
All right. So I'm about to get a lot of hate for some of my opinions on this list, but I'm just going to get the positives out of the way. The Exorcist is my favorite horror film of all time, right next to Psycho. So I think this list, Michael, is going to make you a sleeper pick to win this whole thing. Friday the 13th is a great pick to go along with that. Oculus is extremely underrated. It's a hidden gem directed by Mike Flanagan. The Hills Have Eyes. It's an original classic, but Midsommar. I hated Midsommar.
Of course you did.
I did, yeah. So I felt like a lot of that movie was Ari Aster, who directed Hereditary, which is one of my favorite horror films for sure. But I felt like a lot of that was just him showing off. Like, I don't know. It's Midsommar just didn't really sit right with me. But overall, your list, Michael, I'm giving it a 8 out of 10.
Wow, that is pretty baller if I've ever heard an 8 out of 10 myself. Deebs, what are your opinions on Michael's list?
Yeah, you're hoping for like the OG vote right here, especially with Friday the 13th. Exorcist, by far, the fact that you got that movie on the last pick of the first round is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. That's a great choice. And then we get to Midsommar, and that was one of my favorite movies of the year. I actually really enjoyed it. It's not as good as Hereditary, fully agree. But there's like, I'm thinking there could be some sort of like hashtag Ari Aster, fan base for that movie. So I'm a little like curious to see how that goes. Friday the 13th, we'll see. It might be get some votes because it's OG, and then Oculus and The Hills Have Eyes. Give me a 7 out of 10.
Just want to check in on you, Deebs. You good, man?
Kind of drunk.
Okay, just double checking. Let's move to our man Sean. What do you think about Michael's list?
The Exorcist, total goat. I mean, that's just a brilliant movie. Friday the 13th, personally, part 2 is better. We get Jason, his mama. I don't care. Oculus, severely underrated. I agree. Flanagan's my man. Hills Have Eyes, that big bug-eyed Neanderthal dude, not so much. And Midsommar, okay, I was so disappointed in this movie because I was looking for hereditary greatness. And then I get this, and it's like, oh, great, you buried him in a bear. That's sweet.
There it is.
My man.
Not so much. Yeah, I agree. Get nice mode. Man. So, me, 6.5 out of 10.
The Wicker Man remake did it better.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Wow.
Wait, are we having another Nick? Are we having another
Midsommar
Nick?
slander. I won't have it.
Before Deebs and Amanda both die in about 5 minutes, let's move on
buried
to
him
the
in the
brightest
bear.
day of our life.
I-
Sonny, what are your opinions on Michael's list, man?
7. That's it.
Wow, fucking
Just 7.
blunt and
7
honest.
out
I
of
love
10.
it.
It's
Good
all
solid.
really
Okay,
early.
Papa, Mama, Loretto, whichever one you decide to be right now, what are your honest opinions? Be as honest as you possibly fucking
All right, no, hey, seriously, I can't even wear the hair right now. It's hot as hell out here in California. You hear me?
I hear you and feel you.
I gotta say this: Exorcist is an instant classic, and honestly, his list is really strong. I will say this: Friday the 13th drags it down. In my opinion, Sean S. Cunningham, I just feel like it was a Halloween ripoff. The point of view kills. It wasn't scary. Friday the 13th part 2 is way better, just like Sean said. And you know what? I will not take any Midsommar slander. I know, I get it. It's not. It's not a prototypical horror film, but I will say that in a way that a horror film is supposed to make you feel emotions and make you uncomfortable, it does that. I feel like it accomplished it in a sense that I know what it's like to fucking balls out on shrooms. I also know what it's like to be uncomfortable around the person that you genuinely hate, but you're stuck with. And it cranked up those relationships to like a whole nother level because of where they are and what happens. I think when I got to the end of it, I was fully immersed in the experience. I'll give it a strong 8 only because Friday the 13th dragged it down to an 8.
Wow,
Low, do you
that
get some
is
therapy after
pretty
that?
baller. Honestly, that's pretty baller. Mandy Wandy, do you want to go?
Jesus. I
That's
think,
what we need.
Yes, literally. The Exorcist is overrated. I'm sorry.
Oh,
She spelled sorry with 2 W's, by the way,
sorry.
and an E. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. I don't like it. I'm sorry, shut up. Midsommar is fantastic, and Florence Pugh is my queen, and I adore her for everything that she has done in that movie. I hate Hereditary, so Midsommar was a step up from Hereditary, so that's why it's better. Friday the 13th, I can't talk. Friday the 13th is fun. It's so much fun. I laugh at everybody in that movie. It's great. They're all stupid, and it's a lot of fun. So, it's a good time. I haven't seen Oculus or The Hills Have Eyes, and I'm really sad that I just said that. So I'm going to give Mikey an 8 out of 10. So, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty baller. But honestly, me and Amanda don't agree on many things, but Hereditary being good?
Yes.
Nah, that's not it. But let's just move on to Joe for our final number of the night. What do you think about Michael's list?
The Exorcist is a classic.
No, you gotta say instant classic, man. I'm sorry.
I haven't finished Midsommar yet, but I really love what I saw so far.
Shocking.
And Friday the 13th is a horror classic. I don't care what anyone else says. I haven't seen the last two, so this is a solid. I feel like Anthony Fantano. I'm feeling a light to strong 7 on this list.
Wow, a light to strong 7. That's a first in the show's history. Am I right? Blink, blink.
Way to go, Joe.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining us for the show itself about an hour and 20 minutes ago. And now joining us for the final post-game draft and just getting our thoughts, opinions, and final grades on our individual lists. But don't forget, it's not our votes that matter. It is yours. And starting tomorrow morning, right, Deebs? We're doing the list? Starting tomorrow morning, we are doing the okay, sorry. Okay. I'll shut up.
we have tomorrow night, starting by my man Leo, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. They're going to do a whole 10-team horror movie draft. So this is only just 50% of what's going down.
And that's pretty insane. So are we posting the draft lineup picks polls on Twitter for this draft tomorrow, or is it all going to be cumulative all at once and you're just dropping them?
Cumulative.
I think the bracket starts on Monday, yeah, Dibes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, don't forget, tonight was part 1, night 1. Tomorrow is night 2 with a completely different host and guest of people choosing movies. And don't forget, they can't choose the movies that we have already picked, so they are in a much crappier spot than we ever were. Don't forget that, guys. But thank you so much for joining us on Geekly Goods and Movies Matrix. And we won't see you on the next one, which is tomorrow night, but we'll definitely see you on our show Sunday night for Down the Rabbit Hole podcast. See you guys on the next one. Peace.
Good night and good
Bye.